Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the 10 things that I believe Rockstar need to add in the Grand Theft Auto Online Bikers DLC for it to be nearly perfect. So over the past few days, and since Rockstar has essentially confirmed this DLC and released a little bit of information, I've just been doing some thinking and been gathering a kind of a wish list of sort, as well as I've been, reminiscing to times of playing The Lost and the Damned and thinking of all the features from that game and from that DLC. So as always, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comment section down below. But out of the way, let's not waste any more time and let's talk about the 10 things that Rockstar need to add in the GTA Online Bikers DLC. So I've broken this down into 3 categories. We've got the garage, the clubhouse, and the vehicles. Now, I'm sure there's going to be many more, but those were the 3 biggest that I could think of here. So starting with the garage, there needs to obviously be a 6th one. I can't tell you guys how maxed out I am right now. Every time a new vehicle comes into the game, or not even that, if I'm doing like a live stream and I want to bring out a new vehicle, or I want to purchase a new vehicle, I've got to delete a car, which is becoming quite the hassle because I have quite an organized garage. Like I have a supercar garage, a muscle car garage, military, etc. So it is becoming hard to navigate my different garages. So certainly a 6th one would be nice, being able to increase our garage capacity to at a minimum 60. I would be hoping that it would possibly be more. We'll touch on that a little bit later, but I would love to see the addition of a 6th garage in the game. That, of course, would be super nice. Number 2, I would love for the garages to get rid of the useless areas, where there's that area where there's just like the inside place that's blocked off by glass and there isn't really anything back there. I think there's like some, car construction equipment or whatnot, but that serves absolutely no purpose, and I don't know why it's there other than just aesthetics. But to be totally honest with you, it's taking up space, and Rockstar could have utilized that to maybe add another garage spot or add a spot for bikes. Who's to say they couldn't do that? There's also another area in there that has like a computer and that has like a desk as well. I know it's supposed to be there for visual aesthetics, but if it meant us being able to get another car or bike spot, I would totally take that over the aesthetics of the garage itself. So that's number 2, just getting rid of the useless areas. That doesn't really make sense to me. Number 3, I'd like to see custom garage interiors for a couple reasons. Number 1, because right now all the garages look the same. That's kind of getting a little mundane and boring. But also, number 2, the garages we have right now really don't fit the theme of a biker update with the super nice lights, the high glossy shiny floor, all the crazy electronics and accoutrements in the back. It doesn't really look like a biker style garage. So what I was thinking is Rockstar could utilize the feature they added in Executives and Other Criminals by having the kind of penthouse style interiors where you could select between 7 or 8 different styles, maybe a grungy one, maybe a super high tech one, maybe a normal looking one, maybe a classic looking garage. That's the sort of stuff that I think would be really cool if Rockstar added that into the game, because right now it would just seem weird bringing all those cool bikes into a garage that looks like it was made for supercars. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but it just seems a little odd. And the fact that all of our garages look the same is also something I wish Rockstar would kind of introduce and touch on as well. Number 4 is biker spacing. So once again, there are a ton of variables here that we don't really know about, but one of the things that I've always said is very awkward in Grand Theft Auto Online garages is when you have a biker only garage, because the bikes take up as many spaces as an insurgent. And obviously, as you can tell, there's going to be a spacing issue there, where 10 insurgents might fill up a garage, 10 bikes certainly wouldn't fill up a garage at all. So the spacing is going to be very, very off there, and that's what I'm wondering what Rockstar is going to do, because it almost seems like a waste of space to have a biker-only garage because they're so spread far apart, when in reality, if you were to move them a little bit closer, you could maybe get somewhere along the lines of 10 or 15 bikes in a garage. So I'm not sure if Rockstar will do a biker-only garage storage system that maybe encompasses 15 spots. That ultimately would make the most sense to me, because just the way they're spaced out right now, it seems like a giant waste. And honestly, if we're going to have a garage centered around bikes, we might as well have one that caters to its physics and its ability as well, considering they're much smaller than normal vehicles. I know Rockstar has never really increased the capacity of garages before in Grand Theft Auto Online, but I think this might be the perfect DLC be in order to start something like that. And at the number 5 spot, I want to see bikes be stored in the clubhouse. Now, these might go hand in hand, the new garage and the clubhouse, and that might answer my question, but that's one of the downfalls I thought of the CEO offices, is the fact that you couldn't store any vehicles in there. And I would be totally fine sharing vehicle space as well with my other biker gang members, just like I would have been fine with sharing my space with the other associates I had in my CEO organization. Many of the buildings in game even have garages, so I'm not sure why Rockstar didn't utilize that feature, because that could have been pretty cool, being able to share garage with your friend. And I think the same thing could be pretty epic in Grand Theft Auto Online as well, with this biker update, being able to share biker garage storage with some of your other friends. Not only would it be a cool way to check out some other bikes, but it would be a great way to interact and hang out with in some sort of clubhouse garage environment. So once again, I really do hope they consider that, and I hope that they end up allowing us to store bikes in the clubhouse. That's a great segue. And speaking about the clubhouse, what I want to see from them is don't put unnecessary things in it. So what I mean by that is there was an issue with the CEO offices where Rockstar even removed something. It was like this black box right on the ground, right next to the desk, and your character would get stuck on it. They would run into it every time, over and over and over again. There needs to be, in my opinion, less clutter. That was one of the things that bothered me with the CEO office. There was just unnecessary things, like whether it was an unnecessary chair or an unnecessary object that spawned on the ground that was dynamically placed there. Just eliminating things like that. Now, don't get me wrong. I do want useful features in the biker clubhouse, but I don't want things that are just placed there unnecessary that will ultimately get in my way. Now, that's also a great segue into the next thing I want to see about the clubhouse, and that is exclusive things. So whether it's small things like the game mode that was placed inside of the CEO offices, I'm forgetting what it's called right now, but it's like that snake game, or obviously big features like the ability to do CEO buying and selling missions. There needs to be some exclusive features that you can only do in the biker clubhouse. That's what I've stated for the longest time is the downfall of yachts in Grand Theft Auto Online, is even though they're super cool, the only real exclusive feature they have is a hot tub, and that really isn't anything exciting to get me to go out on my yacht. There needs to be an exclusive game mode or something exclusive that you can only do on the yacht that would make you want to go out there and do it every single day. So again, some exclusive features would certainly be very nice, and this next one kind of ties both into the garage and the clubhouse as well, and that is show some love to Blaine County, Grapeseed, Palito Bay, Sandy Shores. These are where the clubhouses and garages need to be featured. I don't even think there's a 10-car garage in Blaine County, so I do think Rockstar needs to change that. They need to show some love for Blaine County, because as of right now, there hasn't really been a DLC that has shown a lot of attention to what looks to be like 3/4 of the map is just upwards of the city. So again, I would love to see if Rockstar ultimately did feature those beautiful parts of the map. And finally, last but not least, let's move on to some things that Rockstar need to do regarding the vehicles. Now, I know this is a biker DLC. Keyword is biker here, but that doesn't mean Rockstar can't introduce some cool vehicles into the game. In fact, they don't even have to add new vehicles. One of the vehicles they could add is the Lost Slam Van, which is a vehicle that was added with the Heist update, so it's already in the game. We just can't unlock it. Number 2, Rockstar could also add vehicles from single player, so that could be the Duke of Death, which of course is a very highly requested vehicle, and in my opinion would fit the biker theme very, very well. And Rockstar could also just add some cool features to existing vehicles into the game, whether it's adding the Lost MC Heist Van into the game, or just allowing to add biker liveries to vehicles like vans and other things like that. So that could be pretty cool, just adding existing cool content into the game for content other than the bikes, so like cars or vans or whatever that might be. Number 2, for the vehicles, I want to see great customization, but not at the cost. I think that was the downfall of lowriders, is you would bring a vehicle that costs $10,000 into pennies, and it would cost you $1 million just to customize it the way you want. I mean, the customization fee would be $400,000, adding hydraulics would be $200,000. So I think it was just way too expensive for honestly what you were doing to the car, and I would hate to see the bikes be kind of shoved down the same kind of chute right there, where, you know, they're not going to cost a lot, but if you want to do do all the cool stuff to it, it's going to cost multiple millions of dollars. I hope that is not the fate of the bikes. And last but not least, for the vehicles, I'd like to see a little bit of variety. So from the screenshot we've seen so far, it looks like many of the bikes are going to be choppers and maybe even cruisers for that regard, but I'd love to see some other ones as well, maybe a super bike or two that's added. I mean, if we think about it, going back to Grand Theft Auto 4's DLC, The Lost and the Damned, even though that was all about a motorcycle gang and about choppers, there were still, I think, 4 or 5 super bikes that were added within that update. Now, I know that was a huge single-player expansion. This is just a Grand Theft Auto Online update, but I still would hope for a little bit of biker variety in this update just to appease a more mass audience. So those are the 10 things that I think Rockstar absolutely need to add within the biker update if it's going to be a pretty epic DLC. As always, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think about some of the things that I have mentioned in this video. What features would you want to see added as well? Like I said, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comment section down below. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. I will be live streaming today, guys. We're going to be doing some fun Grand Theft Auto Online free mode stuff, so stay tuned on my channel for that. That's going to be happening in a few hours if you're watching this video as soon as it goes live. But of course, with that out of the way, guys, like I said, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.